The Rock quoted his ex-girlfriend's tweet, who is an artist. She paints. And so she painted a picture of The Rock. And he quoted it and was just like, "Oh, this is cool. I'm going to buy this from you," or whatever, that sort of thing. And
The
then,
Rock did?
yeah. And then
That's
MJF.
interesting. That's already interesting right there.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Burning Hammer Podcast. I'm Mark Izzo, he's Dillon O'Brien, and we are your hosts. Now, for this episode, we will be giving you the second part of our WrestleMania 40 predictions. If you want to watch the first part, you better go back and you better do that. This episode, we will be doing the 4 main titles in WWE. We'll be giving you our predictions for that. Now, we've got a few matches that have been confirmed since we recorded the last one. A few of them we were sort of hit the nail on the head. We've got Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair officially teaming up to take on Damage Control. Dillon, are you changing your prediction for that match?
No, not at all. I'm even more sure than I was before that Jade, Naomi, and Bianca are getting this victory. It'll be pretty cool. That power bomb the other day was insane. Jade's finisher is pretty sick. So it'll be cool.
And so another match that was made official is Santos and Dom taking on Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. We should have known it was going to be Dragon Lee.
Yeah, probably should have guessed that. The way they were like working, I just kind of thought they were gonna put Andrade on the card since he just came back and like they were working, and just because he was working with Dom a little bit, I thought, you know what I mean. But it makes sense they go with Dragon Lee. And yeah, I'm still sticking with my prediction of Dom's gonna find a way to grab a victory. I think Dom pins Ray.
I agree. I'm sticking by my prediction as well. However, this is the match where I could see Lil Uzi getting involved. Dom goes to do something dirty. Uzi clocks him, and then Dom gets pinned. But I'm going to stick by my prediction. And another match that got added was a Philly Street fight. You've got Final Testament taking on Lashley and the Street Profits. Did we give?
Is that official?
Yep.
Okay. When did they make that official?
SmackDown.
Gotcha.
We didn't predict that match, right?
I think no, we didn't give it. We predicted that it'll probably happen, but we didn't give like a prediction. So,
real quick, who do you think?
I think Lashley and the Profits. I think that they're gonna get like. I just think they have more plans for them.
Agreed.
Rather than Final Testament. So, they obviously really like Bobby Lashley, and they obviously really like the Street Profits. So, not that they don't like, they obviously like AOP and enough they've kept him around for this long and found stuff for them to do. And Triple H obviously really likes Karrion Kross. But it just seems like Lashley and the Profits should win. And make it a Philly street fight makes it a whole lot more fun for everybody involved. And it makes sense. We should get a street fight. It's in Philly, baby. ECW. ECW.
I agree. I think that Lashley and Profits are going to win. I think that Final Testament can eat a loss and be fine. I think if you throw a loss at Lashley and the Profits, that's going to hurt them way more, and I think they're really going to ball out here and have a hell of a match. So we're both taking Lashley and the Street Profits. So let's move on to our main course. We've got the 4 titles on the line. First up, the World Championship match, you've got Seth freaking Rollins taking on Drew McIntyre. Dylan, who's walking out with Big Gold 2.0?
My prediction is that Drew McIntyre gets his victory in front of the fans. And I said it on the last podcast that I was predicting a cash-in. And I still feel, whatever. I'll predict it for the fun of it. But I actually have kind of changed, and I kind of feel like Damian is going to cash in Raw after Mania. But regardless, I think Drew is winning.
I agree. I think that Drew is also going to win. I believe CM Punk's going to be on commentary. I'm not sure if they have made that official, but they pretty much
that's
made
what
it
seems.
official.
Yeah, that's what it seems.
And I mean, I think I think that Drew comes out to Broken Dreams.
Yeah, it seems like he's been hinting at it. Feels like we're gonna get it.
Especially, he had a great little video on Raw at a funeral service, which I thought was really well done. A lot of fun videos that we've been getting recently with that stuff. I think that he's going to win. I don't think there's going to be a cash-in. However, I'll tell you what I do think. I'm not sure if it's going to happen at WrestleMania or if it's going to happen at the Raw after Mania. But I think that I'm going to say it's going to happen at WrestleMania. And I think Drew McIntyre gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. He raises his hand. He's stomping around the ring. And then we get a returning wrestler. Fella!
Ooh, Sheamus.
Sheamus is going to come out and get a little stare down with Drew.
I think they probably save it for Raw after Mania. But I
think it's happening. It's happening.
No, we need Sheamus back.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's medically cleared yet. I feel like he should be, but I also don't know any of the details about his injury. But I think he comes back, and we get that stare down, and it's gonna be awesome because we got Sheamus in a world title situation for the first time in what seems like a very long time. So let's move on to the other world title. We're both taking Drew McIntyre to walk out there as champion. Real quick, do you think you could pivot back to Priest not cashing in? It's okay.
Nah, it's more fun. I'll say he cashes in. Whatever.
Successfully?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on to the other world title match. That's going to be Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. I think that Rhea's going to win this one.
Yeah, I'm also taking Rhea. I think as time has gone on, I do think it could go either way, but I think Rhea needs this way more than Becky does. Rhea doing this, beating Charlotte last year and then beating Becky this year, really will establish her as the kind of head of the women's division moving forward, and someone who's on, that star level playing field of Charlotte and Becky, because those two have kind of established themselves as those top two women. And I think, along with Bianca, I'd say, and I feel like to me, Rhea's already there. But I think with a win over Becky here, she just puts her stamp on it there. That she's the kind of the top woman right now, and I'm expecting this match to really deliver as well. I think the two of them really want to go out there and put on something great. So I think Rhea Ripley is going to do it. I think it'll be a really big win for her. I think she needs it. Not that I think she'd benefit from the win much more than Becky.
I think she needs it.
Yeah, no, I think she does need it. I don't think she can lose this match, because then it just kind of squashes everything that she's established, it feels like. So, yeah, feels like Rhea needs to retain the belt here.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, Rhea needs to get a win over a big name like Becky Lynch. And I think this will, without a doubt, put her in that tier with Charlotte, with Becky, with Bianca. And so that's why I think she's going to win. And I think this is going to be a fucking banger. They are going to tear the house down,
Agreed.
dude.
No, go ahead.
I know that we constantly are saying that this match or that match could steal the show. I think this one will legitimately steal the show. I think we'll walk out of this and be like, all right, that match.
Yeah, I think both
awesome.
these women have a chip on their shoulder. They in the way that like they both and they should feel this way, but they feel like they should be in a main event spot. And I think they're going to deliver and show why they think they should be in a main event spot. I also had this is random, uninvolved with this match. It's back to the Bianca, Naomi, and Jade match. This is just a take I was thinking about in my head. So Bianca getting a win this year at WrestleMania makes her 4-0 at WrestleMania. And I think they start to do something with that after this year. I think they start to I'm just saying, keep in mind, I'm just saying, Bianca Belair being undefeated at WrestleMania is going to become a thing. That is a prediction for me. Like, I think they're going to make that a thing. So, just wanted to say that. But moving on, I guess the other women's match, which is Io Sky, our WWE Women's Champion, taking on Bayley, the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble winner. So, Mark, let me ask you, what are your thoughts on this match, and who do you think comes out victorious?
So I think without a shadow of a doubt that Bayley's winning this match. I think this is going to be a really, really good match. I think Bayley and Io are just going to be like, we're just going to put on a classic. Now, I think that Damage Control is going to get involved. And then I think that Jade, Naomi, and Bianca are going to come to their aid, equaling the playing field. And then I think it's going to get back to like a one-on-one situation. But I fully expect Bayley to walk out as your WWE Women's Champion. And I think it's going to be an incredible match. Similar to Rhea and Becky, I think that Bayley is going to have a massive chip on her shoulder with her winning the Royal Rumble and not being in the main event. So I'm fully expecting an absolute heater of a match, and I'm fully expecting Bayley to walk out.
Her and Io are, incredibly close. This is probably like a really cool moment for them to be able to go head to head in this moment, and I feel like the two of them are probably going to come together and like between the two of them, chemistry goes such a long way in the ring, and I think that the chemistry between these two, I mean, they've never had a match before, but I think it's going to shock people, the chemistry though, just because of how much time they've been around each other. So I think we're going to get something potentially really special here, and I think this could be a really special moment for Bayley. Like, she deserves this. She deserves this big win. She has been, not properly booked pretty much her entire career. She pretty much held it down during COVID, but that was about the only time she was getting properly booked, and it wasn't in front of fans. So she deserves this, man, and I think she's going to get it.
Yeah, I completely agree. So let's move on to the main event of Night 2. You've got your undisputed WWE champion, Roman Reigns, defending his title against Cody Rhodes. This one, my God, it's hard to find the words for this match because this one is going to be crazy.
It's going to be nuts, man.
We are both think it's going to be Bloodline rules.
Yeah.
Because it would be more fun and it makes more sense that they're going to do that, which I think it adds a significant level of interest to this match with anything goes. Now,
how long do you think this match goes?
North of 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, in between 40 and an hour, right? Like
I
when
think
it's all said and done.
from the time that Cody's music hits to the time that the bell rings will probably be close to an hour.
Agreed. Dude, we might even be more than an hour at that point. I think from bell to bell, I'm expecting 40 plus.
Yeah,
So
I agree. And it's going to be
especially
madness.
consider, dude, and it has to be longer than last year. I guess
Yeah,
it
how
doesn't
long?
necessarily have to be longer, but it has to be.
It should be.
Yeah, it should be.
What
It needs to
do
be
you know
at
how
least.
long last year's was?
It was a decent length. Like it was
I
probably
feel like
35.
it had to be. I think it had to be at least a half hour.
Yeah, at least. So I'm like it has to go at least what last year did, and you would be incredibly shocked, especially if it's anything goes, bloodline rules. Geez, man. So we talked about it a little bit in the first episode. Obviously things are gonna get interesting here.
Oh yeah.
So I was thinking in my dream world, right? In my dream world, it's Cena, it's Cena and Stone Cold. Wait, so let me start somewhere else. What are the odds we get another member of the Bloodline debuting?
Dude, I wrote that in my notes.
Really?
I think it's happening. I think
Yeah.
we're getting another member.
You think Jacob Fatu? So here's my thing. I think if we get one, I think we're getting at least two. Because I think if they debut, I think Jacob and Zilla Fatu debut together.
That would be awesome.
Whether that happens at Mania or not, maybe
I think
Raw.
it does.
You do?
Yeah.
But then, so Cody needs extra help, and that's when Cena and Stone Cold come out.
I think because I just think it's going to get absolutely insane. And
That's my thing. I think it's going to be fucking crazy.
I think it's just going to be one person after another.
Yeah, same.
As to who it is, I'm not quite sure. I think Zilla and Jacob would be awesome. I could also see Lance.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Or they could do all three, and they could do Zilla, Jacob, and Lance.
I think that would also be sick because I think
Lance,
that's going to happen because I think we're getting Stone Cold, Cena, and MJF to come to Cody's aid.
Dude, can you imagine?
Now, and I'll say this too.
Fucking crazy that would be.
I'll say this too. I thought MJF, it was kind of like floating around in my head. I feel even better about it now. I don't know if you saw his tweet today.
No, I didn't.
So, The Rock quoted his ex-girlfriend's tweet, who is an artist. She paints. And so she painted a picture of The Rock. And he quoted it and was just like, oh, this is cool. I'm going to buy this from you or whatever, that sort of thing. And
The
then,
Rock did?
Yeah. And then
That's
MJF,
interesting. That's already interesting right there.
MJF got involved. And he was like, first you stole my thing of whipping Cody with a belt. Now you're like hitting on my ex-girlfriend. He was like, stay away from me, Dewey. So, I'm just saying, got a little bit of a back and forth between The Rock and MJF. I don't think that happens if they're not going to meet. That's all I'm saying.
Better than you. So you said that's not a part of his theme song, right?
I think it is.
Okay.
Because shortly after that episode, I don't remember what episode that was, I got it on TikTok. but like I don't know if it's his actual theme song, but I just saw it on TikTok and it was like that same thing. So I don't know if like someone made that or if that's his actual theme song.
Better than you. Can you imagine
Let us know.
if we just got a better than you.
Oh my God, Cole! It's the salt of the earth.
Do you think they change his name?
No, I think he gets the Cody
Maxwell Jacob Friedkin,
one of the hottest free agents in wrestling. Man, I think it happens because I just think it's going to be pure chaos. Give it to me.
That would be fucking nuts, man. All right. Who wins?
Cody. Slam dunk.
Cody has
no doubt
to finish
about it.
The goddamn story, right?
No doubt about it in my mind.
We've got people online saying that Seth is gonna potentially cost him the title.
Pish posh.
It's
nonsense.
Cody needs to finish the story.
He's gonna
finish the fucking story, Cody.
They learned their lesson last year.
This damn weekend, bro. The day after tomorrow, we're gonna see Paul Heyman get inducted into the Hall of Fame. And the day after that, we get to see that tag match and NXT Stand and Deliver. That Ilya and Tony D'Angelo segment was like, did you see their vignette? Like their video set?
I saw like what it was.
Where like he like walked into like the warehouse or something.
Yeah.
Bro, it was pretty dope. He like Tony like grabbed like Ilya's like broken hand or whatever and was just like squeezing it. And was like, do you realize who you're talking to? He was like, you walk past every single one of these guys with a mean mug on their face. And I could have had them come after you at any time. But I didn't. Because I want you like this. He was like, because I want to wait till Stand and Deliver. Like, bro,
dude,
it was
I'm
so good.
I'm ready for him to come on the main roster. I think that gimmick is going to be so funny.
Oh my God, it's going to be great.
It is going to be money.
I think he beats Ilya, though.
I agree.
I think, bro, it would be pretty sick if Ilya lost at Stand and Deliver and Gunther retains, and then like Ilya comes out on I was gonna say Monday after Mania, like Raw after Mania, like just like anyway, like just like can you imagine like Gunther's like I again won at Mania, no one can beat me or something or whatever, and then it's just like
there's no one left, I beat them all,
and then Ilya comes out. That might happen.
It could.
I'm still think that they might put put IC title on Gable on Raw after Mania. I swear.
I'll tell you what. If Dragunov dethrones Gunther for the IC title, that would be great for me.
Yeah, you've been saying that for like 2 years.
A while ago, and it hasn't happened yet. I have pivoted from that, but it would be good for the business. Yeah, I've no doubt that Cody's walking away with this thing. I mean, we made this mistake once.
How do you think it happens? How do you think we get how does the final sequence happen? Like coming to a pin? What's the final spot like?
It's gonna be 3 crossroads,
right? You would
3
think.
crossroads. I think. I don't think we're gonna get too far into the match before the final boss comes out. Or Solo Sikoa comes out. So then I think for like 90% of the match, it's just going to be all hell is going to break loose. I think once we get towards the end of the match, The Rock cleans house, right? MJF already came out. Cena already came out. Then I think he's going to be standing there like, oh, what the fuck? And then Stone Cold's going to come out, neutralize The Rock. Everybody else is down. Cody sees that as like, holy fuck. And then it's just going to be Cody and Roman left in the ring. Everyone else is going to be out in the crowd backstage beating the shit out of each other, and then it's just going to be one-on-one, and then Cody's going to get the better of Roman. 3 crossroads. That's going to be that. He's going to hold it kind of like he did at All In when he won the NWA title. It's going to be a similar situation with like him dead center of the ring crying, looking down at the title. Everyone's going to be bawling their eyes out. It's going to be crazy. Let me ask you this. Do you think we're getting some blood?
Yes, dude.
Yes.
Yes.
There
has
so
to be.
Too.
There has to be.
I think so too. Especially like I know we got it on Raw, and there's like I don't think we're gonna get it frequently. I think we're gonna get it every once in a while when the story calls for it. I think this story calls for it.
Yeah, agreed.
Man, I mean, this is gonna be pretty sweet. I'm very, very excited for this match.
Crazy, man. Last pod before we go in person to WrestleMania. And this is going to be insane, man.
It's kind of crazy to think about, like, where, like, we were last year for WrestleMania 39. We were at your old house. Cody lost. We were pissed. We were so down in the dirt. Everything was bad. And now we're here.
Bro, and we literally said when it happened, we said, well, they literally did it so he could finish the story in front of us next year in Philly. And
that's right.
Now we're here. So, god damn it, he better finish that story, man.
Now, let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
A lot of people are also on the side of Roman retaining because he's close to breaking Hogan's record.
No, I don't care, bro. I don't give a shit.
I don't think he's that
not
close.
That close.
It would be till like September, right?
Yeah, it's not that close, bro. Like,
what's that in like 5 months?
I don't even want to talk about that, bro. I can't even. Yeah,
it's not happening. It's just not.
Cody, finish the damn story, man.
Yeah,
and I love Roman, man. We both love our tribal chief, but it's time, man. It's time, and Cody's the guy. Cody's the guy to do it. So,
and it's also going to be exciting to see the story with the bloodline after Roman drops the title. Like, that's going to be a fun chapter with that. Now, you guys let us know your predictions in the comments down below. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button and make sure to like and comment. Click that bell in the bottom right corner so you get alerted every time that we drop a brand new video. In case you didn't know, you can listen to the Burning Hammer podcast wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, anywhere. If you are listening, make sure to follow or subscribe to the show, whatever the platform you're listening to it on does, and make sure to rate and leave us a review. That is the best way for us to find new listeners for the podcast. And you got to follow us on our social media if you want to see all of our WrestleMania stuff. Follow us on X at The Burnt Hammer. Follow us on everything else at The Burning Hammer. With that being said, I'm Mark Izzo. He's Dillon O'Brien. And this has been another episode of The Burning Hammer Podcast. We'll catch you next week.
Hammer Podcast.
Finish the story.